What up, Gotham Guardians and Arkham Adversaries? It's your boy Trey of the Bat Channel. Just got back from the movie theaters checking out the new Hypnotic film starring Ben Affleck and Alice Braga. Man, there's a lot to unpack with this detective sci-fi thriller of a film. Without giving anything away, to kind of give you an idea of what this movie is about, essentially Ben Affleck plays the protagonist, Danny Rook, who's this detective investigating the mystery of his missing daughter in the secret government program where he has the help of Alice Braga's character, Diana Cruz, as she kind of provides him information about this secret government program and the person that has been leading these unusual bank heists, which is played by William Fletcher's character, Del Rain. And it goes for a crazy, wild, mind-bending ride. There's really like 4 films that it kind of reminded me of as I was watching it, and it was like Inception, Tenet meets Total Recall and Deja Vu. And you can really see stylistically in terms of cinematography and some familiar faces that you've seen in previous films from this director, but Robert Rodriguez, who was the director and one of the co-writers on this film, there was a lot of things I liked about this film, specifically like when it came to the concept and the story of this movie. It was just like so outlandish and just like crazy and just insane narratives kind of going around. You know, you didn't know what to believe, what you were seeing, and I really like that kind of that paranoia of this particular film. But while I say that, there was still a lot left to be desired, and for me some of that was the cinematography. Robert Rodriguez has a style that he uses the background of zooming in and out while keeping the characters in focus, kind of made it feel comical or cheap, like a B movie in a sense, and that kind of like threw me off a bit. And I think partly why that is because this concept of this movie, and it kind of makes you think that you're like about to watch something of Christopher Nolan prestigious level, so you're expecting that kind of, I mean, you know, people are gonna look at this film and think Inception, Tenet, just cinematically and screenplay wise. You kind of get this, it doesn't quite hit the mark. It's like someone had a really good idea and they were trying to imitate Christopher Nolan and didn't quite hit the mark, but the concept was just so cool that I still dug it, right? I still really liked it. It just wasn't executed in the most epic way, I guess you could say. With that being said, I really loved the performances in this movie. Ben Affleck gives a great kind of cynical detective character that has a nice like little twist to it. It's a family film. Alice Braga is in it and she does a phenomenal job with her character. I don't want to give too much away because if I give details on everyone, you're probably going to figure out what's going on with the story here. I really dug William Fletcher's character, who kind of plays the bad guy in this, as you could already guess in the trailer. Now, the pacing of this film was pretty quick. It's only about a 90-minute film, so they don't really waste time to kind of develop the characters. You're kind of thrown in to the story and the action. And for me personally, like, while that was nice and you never got bored with it, personally, I think if they gave us like an extra 10 minutes in the first act, especially to kind of help us build a relationship and a connection with the protagonist, Ben Affleck's character, and to kind of set some normalcy so that way it's not immediately like we're catching on the illusions of the things that are going on around us. Now, I will say, go check out this film in theaters. I think it definitely has a cinematic feel to it. I wouldn't wait for streaming with it. Make sure you guys stick around during the credits because there is a post-credit scene that you guys are not going to want to miss. It definitely has a big reveal and hints at a potential sequel if this film does well in the box office, which a $70 million production budget, hopefully it can definitely hit those numbers and get that return to where the studio looks into potential sequels, because it's definitely building a pretty big world, just like the John Wick films. It definitely has many possibilities that gets me excited. The concept itself was so intriguing that the movie was enjoyable for me, even though I had a few critiques about things I would have liked to seen differently, or about, you know, cinematography wise, how they should have handled certain things. I still found myself thoroughly enjoying this film. And if I had to give it a score, it's probably, it's low sevens. I'm thinking like a 7.1 out of 10. Now, my wife, Sarah, she absolutely loved this film. I asked her before and she was saying I would probably give it like an 8.7. So for her, that's a pretty big deal. That means she thoroughly enjoyed it, and it was totally her type of film where it's a lot of action, it's mind-bending, so she loves that kind of stuff. So I highly recommend that you guys check this movie out in theaters. Definitely let me know in the comments of what you guys thought of this movie, if you did see it in theaters, or if you're thinking about it. But thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you smash that like, you share this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode. I'm your host, Trey, and don't forget to tune in weekly. Same bat time, same bat channel.